As you
if
get
you guys
older,
want to
it
support
starts
me,
to
go
weigh
on
you down.
Patreon, patreon.com/benbankus, or you can sign up for my website, benbankus.com.
So how exactly did you get your Instagram back? Because I know a lot of people that are getting their shit deleted. No, but like they can't even make a new account. Like they're totally
really?
off. Yeah.
Well, I already had that account, so it just never signed me out of that one.
Oh, do you use like different email or some shit?
No, it's the same. I think it's like under the same thing. So I don't know how that's happening.
Yeah, what exactly did you do to get kicked off?
They didn't tell me.
They just
gave me a bunch of warnings, like a bunch of times. Like at one point, I said like on 420, I was like happy 420 / Hitler's birthday, because it's also Hitler's birthday, which I find funny because everybody just smokes weed on Hitler's birthday. And they were like, flag, like you could be deleted. And then I don't know, like I had
You're fucking Jewish, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you have
Instagram
like
doesn't care.
Golden pass. That's
Instagram
crazy.
doesn't care.
Dude, they have a gender thing on Instagram now, right? Like he, him, zer, skr, whatever. Do you think that eventually they'll have a religion or race?
No,
heritage?
they don't want people to be religious.
No religion. What about the other shit, bro? Like skin color. Do you think that's ever gonna happen?
They'll just do the he, her, him shit, and because what are you gonna do? He, him, black. They're not gonna have that.
Yeah.
Because then they're already segregating people on so many levels. It's just fucking embarrassing what's happening out there. It's embarrassing to hang out with people who believe that they're, if you are a left-wing person, no offense to you, but the whole left wing was built on like fuck the system, like like renegade, like hippies, and now it's follow the rules, do as you're told, and don't question anything. Listen to the people who are above you. They know what's best for you. It's like, what are you talking about? I mean, you don't have to be right wing to just be like, that's fucking stupid. The people who are running the countries do not have people's best interests at heart. Otherwise they would stop taxing us and just pay for. They're already going to debt. Why do they need our money?
That's so interesting.
They're spending money that we haven't even gave them yet.
They're
spending like our tax money for till the day we die. It's already been spent like 10 times. So why do they even need the taxes? Just to be like, well, we still have our income here. It's like, it's a failing business. Every Western nation is like a failing business right now that's just so in debt and pretending like everything's fine. And all the big companies that run our countries are basically, doing so much business with China that it's that
I was about to say, bro, China's laughing right now.
Well, Amazon,
China's getting ready,
dude.
They're coming.
Twitter just took down a bunch of people who are critical of China off of Twitter.
Bro, China literally, does China even have fucking Twitter?
They have like Weibo or some shit.
Yeah, what the fuck? They don't have Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, nothing.
They have their
don't even have Google.
They have their own versions of them that are like heavily censored.
Yeah.
To the point where, and if you tweet something or Weibo or whatever the fuck, and you say like, I don't like the government, they will you won't be able to get into stores. Like it'll fuck your social credit up.
Yeah.
So that's what's probably going to happen here, and people will love it.
I have a Chinese buddy, and he says the reason everybody's coming to Canada and buying real estate here is in case shit goes sour in China. They can just hop over to Canada. That's the idea.
Yeah. Well, that, and they're trying to get all of their family citizenship.
Well, yeah. In case shit goes sour in China. Like, Canada's their backup plan.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do they consider going sour?
I don't know. They're getting there slowly, though.
They're implementing sour
weird
in 2020.
laws, bro. Weird laws.
Dude.
Like video game restrictions?
Wuhan is not a real place. That's all I know. It's a fake place that they made up. I'm pretty sure Teresa Tam is also a made-up person that was made at the Wuhan lab of virology. I'm just saying that they already had a fucked up period. It's just going to get worse everywhere, realistically. And until more people like the CEO of Southwest Airlines, who came out and said, look, we didn't want to do a mandate, but Biden literally made us do it. More people need to come out and be like, this is bullshit, because it's not. And the people going, but what about the virus? Guys, the issue is that we're going to go down a very dark path if we keep doing vaccine passports. It doesn't have much to do with the virus, considering you can't, from what I understand, you can't spread the virus asymptomatically unless you're vaxxed. But that's something they didn't know before. So before they used to go, oh, asymptomatic spread is possible if you know, just in general, right? And that's why we had lockdowns. We had lockdowns because of the fear of people who weren't sick were going to spread the virus. And now we're saying you cannot go out and do activities unless you have this vaccine, which will make you asymptomatic most likely if you have COVID. So what are we doing? It makes no sense.
What's the timeline, Ben? Like, what do you think is going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months?
I think
it's going to progressively get worse, or you think, you know what?
I think it's
New Year's Eve, everything's open.
I think if there aren't more companies that stand up and more employees that stand up, it will just get to the point where it's like Australia, where everything's just illegal and you can't go 5 kilometers from your house. And when you say this to woke people in Canada, you're like, what about Australia? You can't go 5 kilometers from your house. They're like, yeah, it's bad, but you know, like they don't see what's going on here. And it's just depressing. Toronto seems like an empty city. Yeah, it's a huge city with tons of traffic and nobody's walking around. Like there's people out with masks on doing their little shopping. But this is the thing. A lot of these these people, once we get everybody, the fully vaccinated people who haven't gone to restaurants the whole pandemic because they've been afraid, are now going to start spending thousands of dollars at restaurants. Not true. Because they're all losers who all they want to do is fucking sit at home and steam broccoli.
Bro, restaurants are absolutely fucked right now.
They're
like
fucked.
Hamilton's a ghost town. I think like half of the fucking restaurants shut down there. A lot of bars, clubs.
Yeah.
Comedy clubs, I'm amazed they managed to scrape by.
A lot of restaurants are just doing business as usual, and those are the ones that are going to survive because people are going to walk in, vaxxed or not, and go, wow, nobody hassled me.
Well, they already have very low margins to begin with, man. Like a well-run restaurant only makes 8 to 10%.
Yeah, and they want you to hire an extra person to check everybody's vax status, and then they're allowed in, and then what? Like, are these aren't big spenders?
What's the thing too? Like,
these are savers.
I had a buddy that's on fucking government money, as they like to call it, and he's making about $500 a week. And that's essentially what you'd get paid working a minimum wage job at one of these places. So there's very low incentive for people to go back to work in the first place.
Yeah, and people are tipping less because things are more expensive, and now all the waitresses and waiters are getting like whatever it is, $14 an hour. They used to get like $7 an hour plus the tips, but now they're doing all the tips electronically, so it's much harder for them to get cash. So they end up being fucked because they get taxed. The whole incentive to be a waiter or a server is that you get tax-free tips and you get cash.
Tipping's fucking weird, bro, to be honest. I'm actually seeing it in way more places than it used to be. And it's going to get to the point where we tip on everything. You know, we're going to start tipping on Netflix.
Sometimes I buy a pack of cigarettes. I'm like, do I need to tip this guy? But like, tip me, tip local artists, tip local comedians, local creators. Fuck all these servers, honestly. That they sat at home making syrup and now they're back and they're like, sir, please bear with us. We're very short staffed. I don't even want to be here. I don't want to give anybody money that's perpetuating bullshit. If I want fucking Korean food, I'll order it and get it to my house. A lot of restaurants they have no choice but to do only takeout and have less staff because they can't afford to pay anybody to be a waiter at all.
No.
So
you're tipping on that too.
This is the problem, that all this stuff is true, and then but the government won't like have the conversation. Like there's certain people in the government that will ask a question, and then the people on the other side are like, well, actually, first of all, I'd like to thank our first response. Like, they start thanking the nurses, and by the way, we're on the native land. It's like, we asked you a question. Answer the fucking question. You're like 3 minutes into the answer. All you talked about is fucking the Mississauga tribe. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I heard some shit about, I think it was NDP, talking about how they're going to solve the housing crisis. But then one of the guys, he was like actively buying and selling like 6 houses on the market, turbans. Bro. You think that's what the plan is?
Yeah. Like, just wear a turban. It's all solved. That was my joke before with the Sir John A. Macdonald. I was like, just change it to Jagmeet A. Macdonald and give all the fucking statues a turban.
What do you think they're going to rename Ryerson? Because that school has lost its name.
The Theresa Tam School of Wuhan Virology. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. You know, it'd be a cool name. My buddy said they might call it X University. Just
Oh,
X.
yeah. That's great. That'll look good on a resume.
I think it would look fucking cool, bro.
Well,
X
no, they would be like,
University?
oh, you're from the university that where all the kids were trained to like take down the establishment name and ruin and cancel culture. Like, fuck you guys. Like, I wouldn't want to hire. If I was had a company and somebody came to me with Ryerson University, I'd have some questions. Were you part of any clubs at Ryerson University that may or may not have
I had a
tried
buddy
to
that was in the
ruin the
conservative
school?
club. They shut down the conservative club.
Right.
Yeah,
Everything was shut
gone.
down. The only thing you're allowed to do at Ryerson University is wear a burqa and complain.
You could film pranks there too.
And you can cut your dick off as well. It's very progressive.
They do that there?
Yeah, all the washrooms they actually don't even have doors to them. There's just toilets in the hallway. You can just shit anywhere, piss wherever you want. No, they don't have that. But that's where is that
Well,
where
it's
we're
downtown Toronto, bro. That happens anyways.
But yeah, the wokest school, Ryerson University. When you hear Ryerson, you think woke, and then they're like, actually, I think oppression, and that's why we changed the. It's like, fuck off. Go work at one of the newspapers that you get for free in the subway. It's fucking losers.